The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the Way FM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. Getting you caught up. It's news-ish on The Wally Show.
Today is the day to get your online shopping on.
Oh, yeah.
It's Amazon's Prime Big Deal Days. And you might be thinking, wait, wasn't Prime Day just like back in July?
Yeah, they did one.
Yeah, you're right. This is their second one. This is their fall version, okay? So their official one is in July, but they have their fall version now. This is kind of like the October version of Prime Day.
It's almost like a warm-up for the November Cyber Monday, but whatever.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You get it. So there's going to be some huge discounts, up to 40 to 50% off of things like kitchen appliances, clothes and shoes, luggage. So if you've been playing with the idea that you need a new mixer along with a new duffel bag, today is your day.
Yeah. If you're going to travel with it, maybe throw it in the overhead bin.
Yes. Now, you could be listening to this and saying, oh, I'm so sick of giving more money to Jeff Bezos. And I get it. So that's why you may want to go shopping at bookshop.org. Believe it or not, Amazon started off as just an online bookstore, which is crazy to think.
And I thought, okay, well, this isn't going to last because who wants to buy books online? You want to go to the bookstore and feel it and smell the books.
But they adapted, and now they're selling go-karts and things like that. But you can shop at bookshop.org, and they're having an anti-Prime Day.
Wow, they're bitter party of one.
So you can buy the books you want from bookshop.org, and you'll get free shipping. And also, each purchase will directly support a local bookstore of your choosing. So if that's something that's important to you, maybe that's the place you need to shop. Even though I will tell you that there's like 60% off high-end books at Amazon. But don't think about that.
Yeah, books are expensive, actually. That's why I choose not to read them.
That's the only reason.
I'm saving money is what I'm doing. Yeah, when you stop and think about it, like what is it, bookshop.org? They're all upset by the big Amazon and stuff. And it's like Amazon was bookshop.org. They just got their act together and did it better. It's like you can't be mad at that, honestly.
No, you can't. You can't. They adapted.
Yeah.
And now they're doing their own Prime Day.
Exactly. And if bookshop.org would run things differently, maybe they'd be, as big as Amazon.
We don't need two Amazons. We're just going to all go broke.
Yeah. Well, Prime Day, it's today and tomorrow, right?
Yep. Today and tomorrow only until Black Cyber Monday, whatever it's called. I don't even know.
And that's not what it's called. Black Cyber Monday is not a thing.
I'm about to have a good day.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and that, of course, is Forrest Frank. He is an artist that we are playing a lot of, and he's got a lot of traction. People tend to like him. And I noticed something about him, though. I have been able to deduce what his favorite animal is. And that's part of what we do as, a show here is we like to get deeper with the artist and find out what makes him tick.
Yeah, because I don't think we've had the chance to interview him. So it's interesting.
No, probably never will.
It's interesting that you already know something personal about him.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it's just by listening to the lyrics of his songs?
Exactly.
Wow.
And so that's where I found this. And I'm curious if anyone else has noticed the same thing, okay? So if you thought, that's peculiar. Made it into another song.
What a quirky thing.
Boy, this guy really loves this animal, okay? So if you can figure out what that is, we'd love to see if you've noticed what we've noticed, all right? 855-33-WAY-FM. It's the simplest question in the world. What is Forrest Frank's apparent, based on his songs, favorite animal? Because it makes an appearance 3 times in different songs. So 855-33-WAY-FM. If you want to tell us, we'd love to see if you've noticed what we noticed.
I'm about to have a good day. No matter what they say.
Uplifting Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. One of the things we like to do on the show is go a little deeper with the artists that create the music that we play. And Forrest Frank, we play a lot of his music here on the show. But we all notice something about him, and it's maybe it's a cue to his favorite animal. And I'm just curious, Amanda, do you know, based on Forrest Frank's music, what his favorite animal might be?
I'm telling you, your boy loves birds.
Your boy does love birds. It's amazing. Like, he mentions birds in 3 songs. Like, 3 of his first songs, he's like all about those birds.
I thought I was the only one, and I thought, well, he really likes birds, doesn't he? He
Yeah,
thinks about
he
them
does.
an awful lot.
I mean, and it's so funny because, like, I hate birds. Like,
Right.
I am not a fan of birds. They're beady little eyes and their little, like, beaks that just peck you and stuff. Like, you can't trust them. But Forrest Frank loves them. He and I are very different people, I think.
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly.
Okay, so if you haven't noticed it, you will not unhear this now. Okay, so it all started with Good Day. This was like his first song that broke out, and he was like, what do people love as much as Jesus and a good day? Birds. That's it.
Sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good
Number
day.
1, birds. I see a bunch of birds.
You can even hear them in the background.
I know, yeah. That's my worst nightmare, is a bunch of birds flocking, and so not a good day for me. So then he goes into another session and is writing a song with Thomas Rhett, and it comes out like this.
'Cause I woke up with a good thing laying by my side. I woke up to some birds singing, hey, look, I'm alive.
Hey, birds singing. Thomas Rhett's probably like, hey, man, you did birds in that first song. Could we maybe not do the birds? He's like, dude, it's not the same without the birds. We got to have the birds. I'm telling you.
Maybe. I
The
don't
birds
know.
are vital.
It's working out for him pretty well.
It really is, because this song is tearing it up for him. And so then he does another collab with our good friend Toby Mac.
The sun is shining through. These birds are singing too.
What?
I'm
He came with
happy
the
to be
birds.
with it, but can't wait for trumpets
I can see Toby going, all right, dog, look, you've done the
said,
bird
"All right,
thing.
dog, let's
2
go with
other,
that."
that's what he says, yeah. Like, hey, you know, I said dog, why don't we do dogs? Why don't we do dogs today? And he's like, nah, I know what people want. And they want something upbeat, and they want birds in it. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some birds.
Tweet,
And-
tweet.
That's right.
That's it, man. So there you go. I'm glad that we're not the only ones that noticed it, but if I ever get him a present, I've got to make it bird themed.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe a book on how to make origami birds.
Okay.
That's a pretty good gift.
It's one idea.
I'm going to find out what his birthday is, and I'm going to send him that, and he will love it.
Whose dish is on the chopping block?
Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show. Time is a thief. We are running out of time in the show. We're looking ahead and songs that we're trying to get in, and it just is apparent that we are not going to have enough time to get all the songs in. I apologize. So we have a choice to make, and when I say we, I mean you. We have 2 songs. We're only going to have time to play one of them, and you're going to tell us which song you're like, okay, I need that song today to hear it, since we can only play one of the 2. Now, normally, we only have 2 choices. If you would allow me to have a third option today, Betty Lou, I would greatly appreciate it.
okay.
Okay, so
okay.
we've got. Let me walk you through it and see what you think. So we've got the first song, which is "Confidence" by Sanctus Real.
Give me faith like Daniel in the lion's den. Give me hope like Moses in the wilderness. Give me a heart like
Real nice offering from
Solid
them.
choice.
Love this song, so I could see keeping this and being totally happy. Or because it's on the chopping block, what about "Desperate" by Jamie McDonald?
Oh God, I'm desperate, down on my knees. Send help from
Another good
heaven.
one.
She brings the vibe, doesn't she?
Yeah, so that's our 2 songs,
Yeah,
right?
that is the 2 songs. But there's a third option today, and today only, because I had done a striperized version of Jamie McDonald's "Desperate," where I put it through AI and striperize it, and it sounds like this.
And if I ever needed you, it's right now. Oh God, I'm desperate, down on my knees, send help from heaven.
I think it's safe to say
Yeah.
But no one needs nor wants to hear that.
I disagree. So I'm going to throw all three out there. You decide which of those three songs we are going to play today. And we only have time for one. So it's either going to be Confidence, boo. Desperate by Jamie McDonald, the original one, Yawn. Or the Jamie McDonald Striperized version.
Okay, you didn't. Okay. That's enough, honestly. Oh, God, I'm desperate. Yeah.
Okay, so those are your choices. And again, it's free will here, okay?
Well.
You get to choose whatever you want as long as
Then
this is what I
stop
want.
playing this hook.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But yeah, so you can have your opinion as long as it's the same as mine. That's all. Okay? 855-33-WAY-FM. Phones are already lighting up, and I can tell my phone lines are yellow, just like Striper, yellow and black. I can feel it. I can feel where this is going. 855-33-WAY-FM. If you want to help us pick the song to keep here on Chopped, you can do it right now. Which of these three songs do you want to keep today on Chopped?
Well, I know that Betty and Gavin are not going to like me, but I'm going with the Striperized one.
Yes, you are!
But why, Michelle? Why?
Because, okay, I grew up in the 80s with all those hair bands.
Yeah, you did.
And that was like, when you're a teenager, it's a much simpler time in life. And whenever I hear music like that, it just kind of takes me back. And right now, life is not very simple. So when I hear something like that, it just reminds me of, some good memories, that style of music.
Yeah, doing the Lord's work today here at Betty Rock.
Well, maybe you're like Michelle and you want to share this striperized version with someone you know. Just text the word striper, that's with a Y, striper, to 91979. I will unfortunately have to send you the link. That's striper to 91979.
And if you did not know it was with a Y, you don't deserve the link. Okay, so there you go. That said, okay? Well, thank you, Michelle, for helping us out today on Chopped. I do have one thing I have to deal with Lisa because of a comment I see on the screen. So before we get to the song, I'm going to deal with that first. Michelle, thank you. Lisa, all right, now I see that you are voting for the original Jamie McDonald Desperate song. And you had a strong word for the Striperized version.
I do. Sometimes I will side with you, and I will agree 100% with something that you've changed. But this one, that's an abomination. That's awful.
I agree with you.
Really? I think
it's rough on the ears.
I think it's amazing.
It is.
Maybe we'll do this, because I want to keep Lisa happy, because she scares me. But I also want to honor Michelle. Maybe we could do a version of the two together, okay?
Oh, this is going to get even worse.
Well, no, I'll play a little bit of one, a little bit of the other.
That's just scary.
Yeah, but I've seen you do that before, and it's a train wreck.
No, I'm going to play them at different times.
Train wreck.
Okay, still a train wreck. Well, Lisa, thanks for joining us today on the show for Chopped, and we are going to try to do both versions of the song for you guys.
Thanks. Have a blessed day.
I'm at the end of myself and I'm tired. I've tried all that I know to do. Right now it's just by
Hey, Wally, do you have a minute?
Sorry, busy.
I have cake.
Oh, what do you need?
Yeah, see, that's a perfect example of even though we are busy, we make time for what's important.
Yeah, because going back to school as an adult, you're busy with work, you've got family, but if you want to make your education a priority, trust me, you can do it. Betty did.
Like when I first started, I was super intimidated because it had been a while since I've been in school. But I mean, from the very first conversation, I felt like they were setting me up for success.
Yeah, and going back to school with CCU's flexible online courses makes it so convenient.
Yeah, and what's so cool is every class has a biblical worldview perspective. And so you think, well, how can they turn math into a biblical worldview? They find a way.
Yeah, and that was one of my jobs when I was teaching at CCU, was integrating not just the facts and figures of things, but how your faith plays into what you're going to do.
CCU offers Christ-centered higher education, transforming students to impact the world with grace and truth.
Cultivate your mind without compromising your heart. Get started today at online.ccu.edu. Colorado Christian University is a non-profit impact partner.
In a broken world, stories with humor, heart, or hope are a nice change of pace.
There are some things money can't buy.
It's News-ish on The Wally Show.
Mattel in the past has come under fire from people because of the unattainable level of beauty that Barbie represents. And they've tried to make Barbies more relatable to the kids that play with them. Like they have a Barbie who has a wheelchair. They have a Barbie with hearing aids. One with, is it vitiligo, that skin condition?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but
I just don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And then they did one with a special series with autism and Down syndrome, which is kind of cool too. And so they are aware and they want their dolls to, or at least to have some dolls that reflect some of the kids that play with them. Well, they recently announced that they're going to donate 10,000 of their Brave Barbie and new Brave Ken dolls, Ken's in this year, to children who have experienced hair loss due to autoimmune diseases or cancer. So they're bald. Which
oh, wow.
is pretty cool. Bald is beautiful, they say, and that's what I'm going to hold on to. But man, I mean, you see these little kids that are fighting cancer and they've lost their hair, and you know, like kids can be rough on each other, and you know that's a thing. Like if I, as a 57-year-old man, am concerned about losing my hair, because Gavin did an AI version of me bald. Oof. It was jarring. Was it you or Gavin that did it?
Yeah.
It was you that did it.
Then we did it for all of us.
Why do you hate me? Like, that's right, it was you. And
My
yeah,
bad.
jarring. But then Gavin's was no picnic either. And so, like, I could get where, like, a kid would be super self-conscious about that. So anything that would lessen that for them, I love, you know? And so they, Mattel said that the dolls hopefully will offer comfort and remind kids that they are brave and they are strong and they are beautiful. Yeah, kids that are battling cancer, man, their fight and their resilience and their perspective is just awe-inspiring. And I hate to see kids that have to go through this, but if it helps them in some small way get to just be a kid for a minute and not a sick kid, I'm all about that. So the thing is, though, they're distributing the dolls because they're not for purchase. So they're doing them through like national children's organizations like Ronald McDonald House or Starlight Children's Foundation, Cure Search, and Children's Cancer, Cure Search for Children's Cancer. So a bunch of different organizations that work on behalf of kids. So where you can't just go buy them, if you know a kid, or sadly if it's your kid that's battling cancer and you want to get one of these, maybe talk to the people at your hospital because they might have an in so that you could get one here this fall for one of the kids that you know that is bravely fighting their cancer. Uplifting Way FM, this is the Wally Show, and there's this saying that says no good deed goes unpunished. As an amateur first responder, I like to get involved in places where, you know, there's an emergency and they
Where
might need my help.
Help is not needed nor wanted, yet you put yourself in those situations. And I know it comes from a good place.
Sure. And here's the thing, though. I don't limit myself to just emergency situations. Sometimes it's just helping, like just to be a helper. You know, like Mr. Rogers said, find the helpers, and that's what I do. So I was in Walmart the other day, and I was in the optometry place getting some glasses, and this elder gentleman, Kenneth, came in one of those electric vehicles. Kenneth, and he's like, maybe his first time driving, I don't know, but he's a little flustered. His wife's with him, and they're older, so he's like got to be 80s, and so he's trying to get through this small door, and he's hitting it pretty good. And so I go over and I hold the door open for him. But as I hold the door open for him, the lady who works there is like, "You're not allowed to have those in here, sir." And Kenneth isn't hearing that. I know he could hear her, but he just was ignoring her. Like, he just kept trying to get it worked around, and he finally made it through that door into a smaller hallway, and he had to go through another door, and he starts running into the glass.
Well, poor Kenneth.
So he's going to break the glass. He's like, "I just need an appointment. I got to get an appointment. I've called and they won't pick up. I need an appointment." I'm like, "All right, Kenneth." So I hold the door. So he starts to try to go in that door. And the lady in that room, "You can't bring that in here, sir." He's like, "I just need an appointment. You can't bring that in here, sir." They're going back and forth. Kenneth gets in there. Kenneth now is wedged in this waiting room. So I'm like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't know him, but I'm just trying to be polite and keep things from going worse." So I have to move all these chairs around. Kenneth 8-point turns it and gets somewhat pointed back out the right way. I finally have to pick up the back of his scooter and slide him around so that he can get out.
He was frustrated.
I know,
he
and
was
I get
having
it.
a day.
He was, and I'm not mad at Kenneth at all. I'm trying to help Kenneth. Actually, I get that. I have elderly people in my life, and
You included.
myself. I could have been Kenneth. I could see me very well being Kenneth one day, and his wife was so nice. She's like, "I'm sorry, but now you see what I go through." I'm like, "It's not a problem, ma'am. I got you." So then I get him out. So I think I've done a good job. I'm like, "All right, good job, Wally. You did a good job. You held the door. You're a good person." The other lady from the other room comes into the other lady in the main room and is like, "That guy broke the door. Who do we call?" So he actually broke the door. The door wouldn't close or lock after that because he hit it
And
so
he
hard.
wouldn't have broken the door had you not helped him get in.
Probably wouldn't. He wouldn't. Now, would he have broken the glass? Good chance of that. I'm gonna go with that story. But apparently, I made things worse by helping, and all I was trying to do was help Kenneth get his appointment. And at the end of the day, Kenneth finally got unwedged and out of the optometry thing without an appointment. And I think that's what's important to focus on here is that I accomplished nothing that I was trying to do to help Kenneth out. So,
Classic Wally.
I know, right? Well, this is my point. And telling you that whole story, this is my point. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's the number. I want you to call and be a part of this conversation. Have you ever tried to be a good Samaritan only to have it go wrong? Because I really did want to help. But sometimes your best efforts make it worse. Or everything goes south on you when you're trying to help. I'd love to know if I'm the only one or if this has happened to somebody else. It would make me feel better today if it's happened to somebody else. I'm not going to lie. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's how you can always be on the show with us. 855-33-WAY-FM. Has that ever happened to you, like something like that?
Well, yes. A group of friends and I went out to eat one time, and so we ordered all these drinks. And so the waitress comes up with her tray covered with drinks, and I thought, oh, she's got so many drinks. Let me help her. And as soon as I picked up a drink off that tray, the entire tray went off balance and dumped everywhere.
And you're standing there with your drink that didn't spill, like, sorry, guys.
I know, it was terrible. I felt so bad, but, I really was trying to help.
Was the waitress mad at you?
She didn't act like she was mad, but I could tell she was pretty like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. You want to be a good person and help, but sometimes you make it worse. I hope you tipped her well.
Yes, I did.
So what happened to you?
I tried ordering a batch of pens, 500 pens, for my church to use in outreach that had the church name and the website and everything. And I ordered them on Sunday, and I found out yesterday I used the wrong website information on there.
Oh, no. Too late to cancel the order, I'm assuming?
I'm trying to get a cancellation. It might go through. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bummer. 500 pens, huh? Well, the good news is, like, in your house, you'll never have to look for a pen.
True.
All right, Jennifer, you're up. How did being a good Samaritan go wrong for you?
So I was 19, going off to college in a new place, didn't know the area. So I stalled out at a light, and then my car wouldn't turn on. So I was stuck there. People helped me push my car off the road to a gas station, and they didn't speak English. And so we had a communication issue. I couldn't get the car started. They pulled out jumper cables and hooked it all up, and we were trying to get it started. And ultimately, it came out to be a loose battery connection.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were trying to charge my battery, it actually backfired and started causing smoke to come out of their engine at their battery area and burn up theirs.
Oh, no.
Mine started, and I couldn't speak to them because I didn't know what to say or how to say it. I felt so bad. I didn't have any cash to help them out.
Oh,
so where they helped me, it ended up abandoning them at the gas station.
And Jennifer's like, okay, guys, thanks, bye.
Thanks.
Adios. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh, absolutely. I work construction, and sometimes I'll go to people's homes. They need something done that really don't have to do with what I'm there for. So anyway, I had this lady, had a little piece of siding that was loose, and I wasn't thinking about it, and went over there. I had my nail gun. I went over there, and I shot right into a pipe.
Oh, no.
And it leaked. It wound up costing almost $1,000.
Was it a water pipe?
Yes, and so we had to pull the siding off, the plywood, the sheet, everything. Sheetrock got messed up on the inside. It was great.
Now, you stayed there and you fixed it and paid for it?
Oh, absolutely.
Good
See,
for
that's
you.
the thing with mistakes. It's what you do after a mistake that matters.
Absolutely.
Because everybody makes mistakes.
Well, Raymond, you're a good Samaritan and a good man.
I've always wanted to be one of those movie announcer guys. From Affirm Films and director Sean McNamara comes Soul on Fire, based on the incredible true story. Pretty good, right, Rock?
That's really good.
Now you try it, Betty.
When John O'Leary suffers burns over 100% of his body, it's a battle for survival. But through the care and support of community heroes, John's resilience leads him to discover what it means to truly live.
You know, we're not the best movie announcers, so let's just do it this way. It stars Joel Courtney, John Corbett, Stephanie Sozak, Macy McLean, with Devon Franklin and William H. Macy.
Soul on Fire, rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. In theaters this Friday. For tickets and information, go to soulonfiremovie.com.
We take this very seriously.
Very demure.
It's news-ish.
Very mindful.
On The Wally Show.
What you got, Gavin?
When it comes to the world of love and dating, you've probably heard the phrase, the one that got away. And I found that a little under half of us would say that we know have somebody who qualifies for that title that we currently feel that way about or that we used to.
Man.
Now,
I would love once just to be the one that got away.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, I don't think anyone in my past could look at this now and what this became
that's
and how.
what I was starting to wonder. Like, are any of us in this room considered the one that got away by someone else?
Betty would be.
You're most likely to.
Oh, most likely to be the one that got away.
And yet, here I am still single.
The irony. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because it said that men were more likely to say that they had someone get away from them. And I think that's something. Maybe that illustrates that guy. Oh, what is your theory?
My theory is that guys seem to always never be happy, and we always think there's something better around the corner. And we do it with jobs, we do it with hobbies, we do it with relationships, and so maybe that's it. And that when you get around the corner, you realize, oh no, that last one was what it was, and now it's too late because girls aren't giving you a second shot once you've gotten.
You guys don't.
No, you don't. You're horrible.
Listen, you had your shot and you missed it.
That's right. And
Betty's
sticking to that, being single. She's going to ride that one down.
Sticking to that.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. And there was a doctor, Dr. Nick. He learned that his cancer was returning, and he didn't know that his 10-year-old son, Steven, was going to become his hero. So Nick himself is an anesthesiologist. He had undergone chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant for this really bad type of cancer, and then it didn't take, and it came back. But he remembered another friend of his who had had a similar cancer talk about getting a donor as his 18-year-old son to do the stem cells for him, and there was good results. And so he labored through this decision because he's like, I didn't want to bring it up to my son because he's 9, until it was our only option, because he didn't want his son to feel guilty, like, oh, I have to do this kind of thing.
I think that's an awesome way of looking at it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, as a dad, I mean, I would, the same thing. It would be my last
Right.
resort. So, like, he was like, okay, this is where we're at. And he told his son, he said, look, we're looking at candidates because this is the situation I'm in. Would you potentially get tested to see if you could be a donor? And he said his son was all for it. He said his son, without batting an eye, said, when do we go?
Aww.
And then his dad said, oh, yeah, I forgot to mention they're going to jab a hollow needle into your pelvis and extract your marrow. Race you to the car, son.
It's not fun.
On second thought.
Yeah. And so I'm like, man, that's awesome. So I texted my daughter, hey, if I need a stem cell transplant for cancer that I'm going through, would you do it? I just wanted to see if her answer would be the same thing. Forgetting that she struggles with anxiety about medical issues. And she's like, wait, what? And I'm like, sorry, segment for the show. Should have led with that.
Wow. I'm glad that Dr. Nick is a good dad. You on the other end, I don't know.
You know what? I got the answer I wanted. She said she'd do it. Okay, that's all that really matters. But I do want to talk about this. Is there a time in your life where your kid has been your hero? It could be something physical like this. It could be something, inspirational, motivational, spiritual, whatever. But at that time where your kid like surprised you and you're like, you're my hero, kid. I love what you're doing. I love this. Or they were kind to other people, and they lived out their faith or something. I'm curious if you've seen that, because kids have a way of surprising us and doing some pretty awesome things sometimes. And so we'd like to talk about that with you now. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll take your kid hero story right now. How has your kid been that hero for you?
Well, I unfortunately got cancer, and I was going through chemotherapy. I've always been one to decorate for the holidays. I'm talking like all the inflatables. I went real big for the holidays. Well, during that season, I just didn't have it in me, and my son came over and put up all the decorations for me because he knew it would make me feel better.
Aww.
And it just meant so much to me that he knew that would make me happy, and it's a lot of work.
I love that because, he knew it was something that would make you happy in the middle of your struggle. It was something you couldn't do. Plus, he got to make his other siblings look bad. So that's a win.
Yeah. He definitely earned some brownie points.
Oh, Tina, you're the best. Thanks for being on the show with us today. How's your cancer? Are you good?
I am in remission a little over a year. Yes, sir. We are good. Praise the Lord.
All right. Well, those Christmas decorations will be even more special this year, I'm sure.
That's right. Y'all have a good day.
Has that ever happened for you with your kid, Frank?
Yes, it has. I sent my kid to a private Christian school because my wife didn't want to send him to public school, and I wasn't a big fan of it. And I caught him praying, and I was like, what are they teaching this kid to be a Jesus freak? And I was not a believer, and over about 3 months, I became a born-again Christian because of him.
No way!
He brought me to Christ.
That's amazing because it usually goes the other way. As parents, we instill these godly principles in our kids. And I love that him just bringing home not only his math homework, but the other things about faith that they were teaching him ended up in you becoming a Christian. That's crazy.
It was, and I am so thankful for him.
All right, Tracy, you're up. How has your kid been your hero?
My son is my hero because he has overcome 18 reconstructive surgeries on his hands and plays high school football.
Oh, no way. That's not easy. What happened to his hands?
He was burned at 16 months old, got knocked into a hot ash pit.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. So he's seen a lot of painful things in his 16 years.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure that makes it difficult, though, if you've got something that's ailing you and you're like, oh, my hip is hurting me. And he's like, save it, Mom. I've been there, done that.
Yeah, you take little burns from the stove and you don't look at them the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's really cool to see that he has that spirit of an overcomer. And I would imagine as a mom, too, you're like, okay, he's going to be fine in life. He's going to be able to rise above any challenge that's thrown his way.
And he has. He has overcome everything. And I always look at him and go, if he can go through it, so can I.
What's yours?
One of my younger sons got in trouble, and we were fixing to give him a spanking. My husband was fixing to give him a spanking.
I like how you stepped away from that. No, my husband, not me. The disciplinarian dad was going to do it. I would never spank my angels.
My older son stepped in and said, Mama, you're always talking about how Jesus took our punishment for us. I want to take this punishment for my brother.
That's next level, too, for your brother, because really, 5 minutes later, his younger brother could be driving him nuts, and then he's seriously regretting that decision. Because you're like, look, someone's getting spanked here today. I don't care who. Just put a hiney up here.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. This is The Rock Report with Betty Rock.
Halloween is just around the corner, and whether you like it or not, people will start dressing up. So I'm wondering, what are the most common or viral costumes we're going to see this year? Well, I found the top 3.
Okay.
There's a good chance you're going to see at your door. The first one is going to be Labubu. Do you know what Labubus are?
It's a weird, like, stuffed thing or like a doll
so
or something.
It's got a fuzzy body. It's supposed to be like a cute but scary looking monster.
Yeah.
So it's got a fuzzy body, large ears like a bunny, and then sharp teeth. And it's going viral on TikTok.
I have the one and only Labubu.
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 I really don't like it.
Now, they've sold a lot of them.
Yeah.
$670 million in
No,
revenue. Yes.
that's crazy.
Everybody wants a Labubu. And if you saw one, you'd be like,
I do like watching what is trendy for like Halloween, like the funny things like that. Like I hate scary stuff. I want nothing to do with the scary of Halloween. I want everything to do with the candy. And so like we went to the Disney Halloween thing, Mickey's Not So Scary, and we dressed as the emotions from Inside Out, the movie. And I thought that was creative and fun. So what else is like hot this year?
Your kid's favorite YouTuber with 17 million YouTube subscribers and 12 billion views, it's Miss Rachel.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus
I
go
would change
round
this up and I would go as, I would make it scary, like not horrific scary, but I would go as her, and then I would rig something up so every time I walked, there was a hammer hitting me in the head.
Oh my goodness.
With that, because oh my gosh, I could not stand that.
I know, and to think that there are parents that have to deal with that
Every
single day.
I don't.
Some of them, I'm sure, are thankful for Miss Rachel. She keeps their kids busy. I don't know. And then finally, this is one that I could see you or Gavin dressing up as. Sunny Hayes in F1, Brad Pitt's character.
Yes, let's
Great
go.
idea.
So F1, globally, it brought in $627.9 million.
Wow.
And it was one of Pitt's highest grossing movies.
$629 million. That's amazing. And it's all based on the sport of F1 racing, which Gavin and I both follow because we love it. And mainly because we both look like Brad Pitt in a racing
No,
outfit.
I didn't say that.
We look like Armpit in a racing outfit. You know, is really it. So, all right. I'd like to go as that this year.
Yeah, I'll go as Miss Rachel.
There
And then
you go.
Gavin can be the Labubu.
Labubu,
No.
it's perfect.
I want to be the racer.
You drew the short straw on this one, my friend.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. Do a little marriage master class because Betty was telling me about some traditional marriage wisdom that some people are refuting now, and why.
Yeah, we've always heard that saying of never go to bed angry. You should talk it out before you go to sleep.
Get it worked out.
But some psychiatrists are saying this is a bad idea, that you should always avoid serious discussions when you're tired, which you could be right before bed. You're hungry, angry, or lonely. It's never going to turn out to be good. So they said instead, it's better to acknowledge that there is something that needs to be discussed, take a pause, or maybe just go to bed, and then set a time to come back to it. But the key is come back to it.
Because, well, it's not going to be an option. Because if you're a guy, doesn't matter what time you set to come back to it, you're going to wake up to a face in your face, probably an hour early, going, you ready to talk about this yet? No, I'm not really, but all right, let's go. We're in. It's weird because I've always subscribed to the other way. Like, I would, that's how I work, too. If I get stuck on work, I just push through until I get it done.
Right.
And I do the same thing relationally, where it's like, well, let's just figure it out. I mean, I don't care if it takes all night. We'll figure it out.
Yes. So you've done that with me.
Yeah.
And there have been times where I have been like, just leave me alone.
Yeah.
I need a minute.
No.
Because I'm not in a good headspace
But you
to
need to be.
even But I'm going to say something I'll regret.
It's okay. I can deal with it.
No, you can't, because you'll keep bringing it up.
We need to get rid of this now.
So you're like the annoying one that's always like, can we talk about it now?
Yeah.
How about now?
Let's
How
just
about
fix
now?
it. Let's just be done. I don't want it to hang out
because I don't
there.
even know what I'm trying to say.
That's not my fault.
See, this is where it's already going downhill.
Yeah.
We need to put a pin in it.
Yeah.
And discuss it later.
Okay, later. It's later now, technically. So let's talk about this with you. 855-33-WAY-FM. What is your marriage advice for Marriage Masterclass? So this one kind of debunks conventional wisdom. What do you have, or what have you found that works for you in your marriage? Because, man, I'm always pulling for marriages. I want them to work, because it causes so much heartbreak. I've seen so many people lose their families and just a debacle. And so any kind of tips we could give that might help somebody navigate something and keep them together, I think is a good thing. So what have you learned? What's your marriage masterclass tip now? 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. So what would your advice be?
I would agree with that, but also going deeper. I think the biggest problem is that people need to work on forgiveness. And it's not always taught, what does it look like to forgive someone? Like, what are the steps and how do you do this? My husband and I have been a part of a marriage recovery ministry that does an amazing job of teaching you, like, this is what forgiveness is. This is how you do it with your spouse. Because I think that's what the root of the anger issue is, right? Is you're mad about something happened, you have to work through forgiving your spouse and, finding a way forward.
I've always contended that there's a shift in forgiveness and accountability when someone messes up big in a marriage, say infidelity. Like, that's a tough thing to forgive. Like, let's say the guy messed up. And so if a wife says, okay, I'm going to forgive you and I'm going to stay in this, then there's a point at which, if he's doing all the right things to show his repentance and that he's being accountable and he's working to make the changes, there's a point at which it shifts where you have to actually forgive and you have to not bring it up. It can't always be that thing percolating underneath.
Yes. And some of it is the Bible calls us to forgive, but reconciliation is another step. That's another thing you have to work through. So we can forgive them regardless of their behavior. And then you have to figure out, what does reconciliation look like after that?
What is your marriage advice, Sarah?
Well, I'm on my third marriage, and I have learned that I need to quit pointing to everybody else and realizing that I have fault. And I need to look at myself before I can handle anything else.
Oh, preach. I am going to take this clip of audio. I'm going to clip this up, and I am going to send it to my wife today.
Oh.
And because you are on point with this,
That's
for
a bad
sure. Why?
idea. It's a miracle you've been married this long.
You know what? You are so on point with that, though, because it's real easy to think that you don't make mistakes in a marriage and it's always your partner. And when you realize that, yeah, I am just as culpable in the mistakes that happen in this thing as she is, it's definitely helpful. I always have to remember, too, that she's on my side. Even when she's doing things that might seem like, what's the word, naggy?
Wow.
I'm looking for words, but that she really is rooting for me. Like when she tells me not to speed, it's not because she's nagging. She's like, I know you don't want to get a ticket and spend money, and she's trying to look out for my best interest. It's just not always received by me like that.
So you're saying you could be the issue.
I'm the problem, just like Sarah said.
Fresh emails.
Uplifting WayFM. This is the Wally Show. If you ever want to get a hold of me, it's just wally@wayfm.com. This one actually from Jensen is more addressed to you, Betty Lou. It says, hey, Wally, listening to an old Aftercast, and I don't know if Betty remembers, but she was talking about her own mental health, and I was with a friend who was going through some of the tough times with her own anxiety, and she said that she no longer felt alone after listening to that.
Oh,
That's nice.
That does mean a lot. I understand what it feels like when you've got that anxiety or depression. You feel like you're the only one that's dealing with it. So to hear someone else going through it really does have a huge effect on you.
Yeah, and that's why we talk about all this life stuff, and for the whole reason of, as we process things that we feel and do and think and believe, other people, can benefit from that as well. So she's like, hey, thanks, guys, for being real. We appreciate it. Love that. This one is from Timothy. Wally, hope you're doing well. I want to thank you for giving me a new experience I'd never had before. This last Sunday, the worship song, I Thank God, came on. Oh, it's this one right here.
I thank the Master, I thank the Savior, I thank God.
Well, while they were leading worship, all I could hear was, get 'em, get 'em, get 'em, get some Crocs today. And I thought of the Crocs song, Not God, LOL. So thank you very much. I had the other song stuck in my head. I appreciate what you guys do. Yeah, I will ruin songs for people from time to time, inadvertently. Because there's things that, the way I hear things, like that song I heard, get 'em, get 'em, get 'em, get some Crocs today. I wear Crocs.
As in the shoe wear.
Yeah, and so I decided to write a song about that. If you ever missed it or you love Crocs and you want to hear it or share it with somebody, all you have to do is text the word Crocs, C-R-O-C-S, how Crocs are spelled, to 91979, and we will send you a link to it. But if not, here's the song right now that maybe will be an earworm, and you'll hear it at church just like Timothy did.
Wondering which shoe is right. Is it Puma or Nike? I need soft soles, maybe some holes. I tried to find my size. I'm a 10 extra wide. I don't need style, just arch support. I just want to run down a road and hold my shoes on with my toes. It sounds crazy, but I know I'm not alone. I pick some up, the toes all round. I place my feet on solid ground. I can run faster, I'm a trailblazer, because my rubber shoes are all the rage. Gibbet saw me, I have no shame. I am in style, my drip is fire. I wear Crocs. Get 'em, get 'em, get some Crocs today. Get 'em, get 'em, get 'em, get some Crocs today.
So again, if that made you laugh a little bit or you know someone that wears Crocs, you want to send it to them, just Crocs, C-R-O-C-S, to 91979.
Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.